Hello, hello, my inspired entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for joining me for our weekly Tuesday training. So, today's Tuesday training is all about how to find your flow state. So, I'm giving you my 5-step process that I use to tap into my inner wisdom and trust my intuition daily. All right, so I will just dive right into it. But first, I wanted to just kind of go over like what is flow state anyway. So for me, what that really means is, being really completely focused on the task that's in front of you. It's that feeling of, these inspired, great ideas just seem to bubble up effortlessly. It's being connected to your inspiration and your creativity. And I think it's also just having this overall sense of ease and joy as you are going about your work or going about your day. Just feeling like everything is aligned, that you're enjoying what you're doing, and that you're being productive, and everything's just going your way. So I have my 5-step process. So you can steal this process, but I have to give you a caveat. Everybody's different. So try everything on for size and like test and tweak and see what really works for you, what really gets you into your flow state. All right, so I will start with my step number 1. Step number 1 is getting your mindset right each and every day. So for me, that is my daily morning practice. So it's movement paired with mindset work. So every morning I start my day either going out on a walk or I do a yoga class, just something that like gets my creative juices flowing. Then I'm doing mindset work. So practicing affirmations, practicing my gratitude, really tapping into those feelings of gratitude. I do a lot of visualization as well, but definitely affirmations or like listening to something with affirmations. It's kind of different what works for different people. Different things work for different people. So just kind of like look at what it is that you resonate with and what kind of mindset work that you enjoy doing and do that. Because if you're doing something in the morning, like if you're somebody that just hates affirmations, then don't do that because then that's just going to irritate you and you don't want to start your day out like that. So step 1 is getting your mindset right. So for me, that's movement with really like up-leveling my mental energy with affirmations, gratitude, visualization. All right, step number 2 is that I get quiet, I tune in, and I meditate to get what I call my download for the day. So if the mindset practice that I talked about in step 2 is all about like up-leveling that mental energy and putting out into the universe what it is that I want. The meditation is really tuning into the universe and being open to receive and listen. So my best ideas have come from meditation practice. I usually get kind of my to-do list for the day for my meditation practice. And it doesn't have to be a big, long, drawn-out thing. Usually I'll kind of do it at the end of my walk. So it doesn't have to be like you have a special place where you sit. You can just make it part of the exercise that you're doing. Is just getting quiet and doing something that's repetitive where you can be downloading your amazing inspired thoughts. All right, so that was number 2, is to meditate and get your daily download. All right. Step number 3 is to set potent intentions for the day. This piggybacks on step 2 because hopefully you're getting downloads about what you need to prioritize and what's going to move you forward in your business that day. So you want to set intentions to really prioritize those things. And step 3 really means being great at project managing yourself. So for me, this means sitting down and writing down, okay, this is my priority for the day, or these are the things that I need to get done today before I am kind of pulled in different directions. So one thing that really helped me is to write this list of priorities or write this list of potent intentions that I have for my day before I check my email. Because email is a very reactive thing where somebody's asking you for something, they need a reply, they need you to do something. So you can be pulled in these different directions if you are allowing people to kind of come into your space before you've set your intentions and priorities. All right. So the only other note I had on that is to make sure that you are setting your intentions for the day on what really feels most exciting or most important in your business. Trust your emotions and know that your soul, your intuition, if you trust that, if you trust the joy, you're going to have a very joyful business. So if you look at your to-do list and you're always picking the thing that, okay, well, that looks like it sucks the most and I just want to get it out of the way, and you just keep picking those things, that's how your business is going to feel. So just start with the things that feel really joyful and that you're excited to do. Or that's really important that is going to move the needle, or is something that just, it absolutely has to get done today, obviously. All right, so quick recap. Number 1 is to get your mindset right. Number 2 is to meditate and get your daily download. Number 3 is to set potent intentions for your day. All right, number 4 is to remove distractions from your work environment. So all 4 of these steps are things that you want to do before you're sitting down to work at your business. All right, and number 4 is to help you really to be productive and to stay in that flow state. Have you ever noticed that when there's like sort of clutter, when things are just kind of like messy, it's even like having a messy email, having a messy desk, having a messy desktop, that it can be distracting just having those things that you can see there. So for me, one of the things that I do every night before I go to bed is, picking up the house, clearing off my desk. That way I can sit down in the morning and not feel, not like it's like not a pigsty, but that I have room for my ideas, that I have room to be creative. All right. So that's kind of like the physical things, but also when you pull up your task or your to-do list, is that you want to only be focusing on like one thing at a time. And you want to be very clear about how much time things are actually going to take you, so that you're not ending your day at the end of the day feeling like you didn't do enough. So overloading yourself, that's a distraction. That feeling of I didn't do enough, that feeling of I'm so busy, is really just a distraction from your flow state. So try to get any kind of like physical like tasks, things that are going to be distracting, get them off your to-do list. For me, like I use Asana, and I have like a pipeline project where I'll put all those ideas and things that, I would like to do, but there's not like room in the to-do list for them right now. So they're not cluttering up my mental space. So step number 4 is to remove distractions from your work environment. All right. So that was everything leading up to what I do to prepare to really be in flow as I'm working on my business. And number 5 is all about staying in flow. So step number 5 is to become the observer and gently guide yourself back to flow when you feel yourself drifting away. So I want you to ask yourself these 2 questions. What gets you into flow state? And what takes you out of your flow state? So when you're feeling like really productive, that you're just jamming and you are like enjoying the work that you're doing and you're feeling really productive, what pulls you out of that? And sometimes it's just being in that state for a long time. You start to kind of taper off and notice, and without noticing that you've kind of lost it. So answer those 2 questions for yourself and just start to get really conscious and aware of when you're not in your flow state, and not to judge yourself, but just be like, oh, right. Right now I'm kind of spinning my wheels and I'm working on something that maybe if I took like a 10-minute break, I would be a lot more productive. So observing when you hit that point when you are, continuing to work, even though you're spinning your wheels. I totally know what that feels like. I've wasted so much time. So it is one of my missions to help people not waste their precious lives spinning their wheels in their business when they could be out enjoying their lives, because our business should be supporting our life. Our life shouldn't be our business, right? All right, so I just want to leave you with this question from step number 5, and that's, what are the things that quickly get you refocused and inspired? And maybe have like a little list of those things when you feel like you're losing your flow state. So for me, it's usually some kind of activity, like maybe I'll go for a 10-minute jog or do some yoga poses. So inversions are actually really good for this. Like if you just get up against a wall, do a handstand, all that blood will rush to your head and just totally shift your focus and give you a burst of energy. If you are not into handstands, even just like a down dog will really help with this. All right, so that's my 5-step process to tapping into my inner wisdom and how I trust my intuition every day and stay in that flow state. All right, so number 1, to recap, was get your mindset right. Number 2 is to meditate and get your daily download. Number 3 is to set potent intentions for the day. Number 4, remove distractions from your work environment. That's physical, maybe it's ideas like little tasks. Number 5 is to become the observer and gently guide yourself back into that flow state. So making that more important than the getting things done, because if you are in flow state, you're going to get a lot more things done. All right. So just like any other mental discipline, like meditation, finding your flow state, it takes practice to sustain longer periods of time. So just be aware, bring consciousness to how you're going about your work every day. And if your intention is just to, okay, I want to stay in flow state a little bit longer, you're really down the right path. All right, so thank you so much for watching. If you are on my email list, you've already heard about this morning, but so October is my birthday month. It's also my favorite month because I love the weather. I love everything about fall. Me and every other woman on the planet. But so to celebrate my favorite time of year, to celebrate my birthday, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff this month, and I made my first announcement today to the email list, and I'm doing free 20-minute no pitch coaching calls. So if you have a question or two in your business that you would really love somebody to even just like reflect, give you some advice, ask some pointed questions, really get to the bottom of how to move forward from something that maybe you're struggling with, I would love to chat with you. I dropped the link to that in the description, so definitely take advantage of that. I would love to chat with each and every one of you inspired entrepreneurs that are in my group. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be chatting with you in the Facebook group, and I will see you live again next Tuesday. All right, bye ladies, thank you.